Chatters. I'm Nat.
And I'm Kat, and welcome to the CrimeChat. I am your forensic femme fatale. Natalie is your true crime addict connoisseur.
We're just two normal girls who are obsessed about dark crimes, evil minds, and occasionally the unknown.
And here is your disclaimer, chatters. The following season finale Crime Chat contains adult content. And we'll have descriptions of probably violent scenarios today. I'm sure your story does, mine does too, but your listener discretion is advised.
You have been warned, and before we get into today's Crime Chat, Kat, what have you been up to?
We're in our season finale of season 4. Now, last season finale.
Oh, wait a minute. Yes, you were
At
here.
your house. Yes.
You were here. That's right.
Yes.
That's right. We were bartenders.
We did two stories. Yes, we were mixologists. Yeah. So we don't have that exciting, but we have two hell of a stories to close out our Into the Unknown season 4 series.
Yes.
So, but for me personally, stupid busy as usual. But I did start Only Murders in the Building for season 5. You got to catch up on that, right?
Yeah, I'm like 2 seasons behind.
Yeah. Oh, girl.
Good.
Oh, girl. Yes.
Now, isn't like Meryl Streep in it?
Yes. Meryl Streep has been in it the last couple seasons. She's phenomenal.
Okay. Yeah.
Paul Rudd was in one season. Did you see that season with Paul Rudd? Okay. He was in one. I'm trying to think who's in this one. Tia Leone.
Tia Leone. Is that the one that was from Wayne's World? The beautiful woman from Wayne's World?
Ooh. Great question.
I think it was. She was like the rock star singer. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yes. So she plays a mob wife. Yes, it is Tia Leone.
Yeah.
Her husband, who is the character of her husband, the mobster, is, I cannot think of his name. It's going to take me a second to look it up. He was the one that was on The Watchers Netflix TV show. Bobby Cannavale. You would recognize him if you saw him.
Okay.
He's been in so many different things. Plays a great mobster. And we've only gotten 2 episodes in because my husband likes to fall asleep watching TV after, comes home, goes to relax and relaxes a little bit too much. So I haven't watched any more without him.
Did you watch Wednesday? Did you finish Wednesday?
Finished Wednesday, yes.
What'd you think?
Thing?
Uh-huh.
I thought that was amazing to find out where Thing came from.
The last name turned around, Knight, switched into Thing. Remember the last name of the guy?
Chat.
Yeah, when the minute he attached the hand thing to his arm, then the screen pops in with the letters of his last name that transformed into to Thing, spelled Thing in another way.
I missed that.
It's so cool.
I don't know how, but I missed that. Yeah. Wow. And they're already setting up to record season 3.
So I have a theory.
Oh, yes.
Because I did not realize something. We know who the aunt is.
Yeah.
Because if you watch the old Addams Family, she's part of the cast. And let's just say that it wasn't an additional cast member. Morticia, in the old version of the Addams Family, the original, they put a blonde wig on her for Aunt Ophelia.
Is it Lady Gaga?
No. Lady Gaga was the Raven.
Right. I thought that might have been the aunt.
No. So the original Addams Family, they just put a wig on.
Yeah.
So they're twins. That's what the way they handled it back in the 50s or whenever it came out. And I'm like, how interesting if Catherine Zeta-Jones, they made her play her sister. And Tim Burton, I can see him sticking to the original style of it. So I don't know.
But where's she been?
She's locked up in the basement.
That's right. Mom went to see her. Yeah.
Crazy. I just can't wait.
We'll find out in 2 years.
Yeah. And they're also saying like it's going to be some type of love affair between Enid and Wednesday.
What? Okay. Have you seen some of those videos?
Which ones?
Where Jenna Ortega and the girl who plays Enid, I can't think of her name, when they're doing like interviews and stuff.
Are they affectionate? Is it like a couple vibe?
In public, Jenna tries to be, but she pushes her away.
Oh.
And is like, there's a look on her face. I've seen a couple of like, just flipping through reels or whatever. I was like,
ooh.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah. So.
That's interesting. I honestly, if that happened, Listen, I think they're both adorable. I could see like a little love, them sparking a little interest there. That's fine. But for some reason, I have this weird vision of Wednesday and Tyler being together.
And
the reason why I think it's super possible, she's fine with serial killers. Like that doesn't scare her. And I'm thinking like they do have a love affair there.
Right.
I don't know.
I've seen a couple of other videos about like when Enid transformed into her werewolf, there was a couple of different changes. Originally, she still had her like colored hair in the fur. When Wednesday transformed, when she was in Enid's body, completely different werewolf look. One theory says that she held on to some of that like wear capabilities, which also is why Mrs. The music teacher, who's a hybrid werewolf hide. So she's like a werehide. But she's kind of going out trying to isolate other hides and create this additional path kind of thing.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I there was something always really fishy about her. Like she was around way too much. You know what I mean? Like she's up to something. So, but I saw this other video that one says how Wednesday might have kept some of Enid's abilities, who could now foresee, but then also has some sort of other wearer abilities.
Wow. That's interesting. That's a good spin. I love it. I love it.
I mean, but once they showed like the clips and the differences, and then when Enid at the end was like this alpha, right?
Right.
Her transformation as alpha was even different from her regular transformation.
Yes.
Into the were.
I love the show.
No, it's great.
And the first, and wait, this is the 4th episode where we're speaking about Jenna Ortega. She needs to come on the show.
I cannot even imagine what her calendar looks like. Are you kidding me?
I know.
Did you ever see Death of a Unicorn? Remember I said she was in that with Paul Rudd? Okay. It was a really good movie.
You told me about it. I will watch it, though.
Nerd school, grading. I did go see my older son in Atlanta. He bought a house.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So Mom went out to go see his new place, help him move some boxes from one place to the next. Just hung out with him for the day, had some amazing pizza. We went to this place, I can't remember the name of it, but it was a pizza bar. And it was literally like a pizza joint with a bar. I'd never seen or heard of a pizza bar before. All their pizzas were made from scratch. Like any kind of pizza you can imagine. I think I had sausage on it, and it had something weird on it. It actually worked really well for it. It was something sweet, and I can't think of it. But it worked. It was really good. Then I had to drive 4 hours home, so. And then I'm going to see my other son in a couple weeks. He's coming home from his deployment. I'm flying in the same day he flies in, and I'm going to be there an hour before he lands.
You going to surprise him? Does he know you're going?
He doesn't know I'm coming. I wouldn't do that to him. Because I was going so quick, and they live about an hour away from San Diego, I was like, well, you know what? I'm not going to impose. I just want to be there to welcome him home, to see him, see my grandbaby, daughter-in-law, obviously see him, spend a little bit of time with him. He's going to need to reintegrate with his family. I'm not going to impose. I'm staying on base and lodging. Like, I'm not going to stay with them. Because they are getting a house, but they're not moving in until next week, which is only like 5 or 6 days before he gets home. I'm like, just make sure you have a bed, maybe dishes.
Dishes, TV? I was going to say, they have a kid.
She's not a TV person. But,
oh, my God.
Oh, Scarlett is, though. When Scarlett was here, we got her on Paw Patrol. She'd never seen it before. She was like, because 1, she loves animals. 2, it's puppies and kitties doing rescue things with all these bright colors and music and this generation's Blue's Clues. Like my kids were into Blue's Clues. So anyway, by the time we kick off season 5, it'll be November.
I know.
And I'll be going on a cruise. So.
Good. You deserve it. You deserve a nice vacation. You really do.
I can't wait until end of October, 1st of November.
Right.
I will be done teaching the class that I'm teaching. I will be not taking another class. So I don't start up again until the new year. So I've got like November and December. What am I going to do with myself?
You're going to not do anything. That's what you're going to do. You're going to go, if you want to go to the gym, go in the pool. Well, it's going to be too cold to go in the pool, right?
Yeah.
You belong to the YMCA, don't you? Just go to the YMCA.
Yes. I do need to get my tail back over to Y.
Where? You just said you belong to the YMCA. They go over there.
The Y.
Or go to a spa. Get a massage.
Yeah. My goal for this downtime is to get my writer's platform started. Create my author page, like a web page, socials, that kind of thing, and just get what's called a writer's platform started.
Okay.
Yeah, and then finish a good chunk of my novel.
Yes.
So that's my plan. I will be doing something.
You can't just do nothing, can you?
I can't. I can't. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I stress myself out when I don't have anything to do.
You need a PlayStation is what you need.
We have one. I just need to play it.
All right. I got to send you a video game.
Well, not a PlayStation. It's an Xbox. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
It's an Xbox.
You need PlayStation.
You might have a PlayStation too. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, okay, real quick story. When we got married, he played video games, whatever. Had an Xbox. He had a PlayStation. I don't know what he had. Uh-huh. We would buy remotes like every other week.
Oh, God, was he throwing them?
He would get so mad that he would break the remote. Then the wireless ones, they're like $100 a pop.
Easy.
Oh my gosh. Oh, so he's like, well, he said something not that long ago. He's like, at least I don't throw remotes anymore. Anyway, that's about all my shenanigans. What about you?
So, Kat, I don't know if you've seen on Netflix, but October 3rd, they're releasing Monster, the Ed Gein story.
Yes.
Hello.
I've seen teasers.
Oh my God. You have a cat?
No. I wish I could turn my camera around and show you.
Can you?
It's a neighborhood cat.
Show me.
I'm going to try not to spook him because he's super spooked.
Cat sees a cat, everybody. Oh my God, how cute.
Can you see him?
Yes.
He just decided to lay down right in front of me. He's never done that before. Usually he just walks by.
Is it a neighbor's cat?
It's a neighborhood cat. It's a hood cat.
It's a hood cat? Oh my God.
It's a hood cat.
That cat is living its best life right now.
Right?
So cute.
Cat's got a cat. Oh, he's up and he's moving. This is boring. I'm leaving. Our neighbor's cat is black and white.
Right.
Will come up to you, sweet as can be. This cat's pretty new. I think that she, I don't know what it is, was part of a home that they don't live here anymore.
Oh, he needs a home. What?
Biscuit would eat him.
Are you sure?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep. 100%.
But maybe he could be your outdoor kitty. Like feed him at the front door so he knows in the morning and then,
I might do that because like Biscuit, no, he would.
I would adopt him. Could send him to me.
She's a little chunky, so she's getting food somehow.
Oh, okay. So maybe.
Anyway, well, totally digress. So, Monster.
Yes. That's going to be good. And I forgot to tell you, 2 weeks ago I was in Orlando and I met somebody.
Who'd you meet?
I met one of the board members. I can't say their name.
Oh, dear.
But I met one of the board members to Crime Stoppers.
Way.
Yeah. And it was so funny how we met because they were there for the same reason I was there, but like as a donor.
Right.
Right? As a community member, like, Well, first of all, they were introduced as, so-and-so, whatever.
Yeah.
With Crime Stoppers. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. We all went out to dinner and somehow just having a conversation, like, how did you get involved with that? How did you get on the board? Like, and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I did say to them, my friend and I, we have a podcast. And they were like, really? Tell me how you started it. Tell me how you do this, how you do that. How do you find it fun? I'm like, well, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, but you know what? It's really cool. And they're older, but they were like, if I was younger, if I was your age, I would do the same thing. And da-da-da. I'm like, that's so cool. Thank you. And we're like, I gave them the name of our podcast and they said they were going to check it out. I'm really excited. So we may have it was really cool.
Yeah.
And on top of that, that person brought somebody else that was going to help them with we were doing and stuff like that with work.
Right. Yeah.
And then one of my coworkers, that's how I found out. One of my coworkers that I normally don't communicate with that often because they're like on the other side of Florida.
Sure.
We're like, while we're having this conversation, they shot out. They're like, oh yeah, I just came back from CrimeCon. I'm like, how do I not know this? How do I not know I have a coworker that went to CrimeCon?
Oh my God.
I know.
We need to go.
We do. She said it was amazing. She said she met so many people. She mentioned Chris Hansen. I'm like, I know him.
He knows us.
He knows us. But it was funny. She's like, oh yeah, it's so much and they truly fill up your schedule. She's like,
Yeah.
you just, they have an agenda. You pick the ones that you want to see, but every day it's something different. And you never, like she said that she had a conversation with Nancy Grace, Chris Hansen, a couple other people that,
Yeah.
And she mentioned John Douglas. She's like, and I met John Douglas, not this year, but the year before.
Yeah.
I'm like, how is he? Is he nice? She's like, he is a teddy bear. Like, when you meet him, he's a teddy bear.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, he kind of looks like a teddy bear.
Oh, Jed.
A Jed. So.
That's awesome.
Right? So that was my update.
Was it in California?
No, Florida.
Orlando.
Yeah, the Crime Con. They had a...
But doesn't it rotate?
I guess so.
Like the national level Crime Con kind of rotates throughout the nation?
I guess so. I don't know. I'm not sure. You mean like moving, like a circus, like moving around? I don't think so. I think they like have certain... Well, it is kind of like a circus. It kind of is our circus, right? No, I think they have...
Crime Con. I think just wondering if like sometimes it's a state-run thing, or sometimes if there's like a national one that moves it.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's like any
to
other
a different
con.
Location. Yeah, like throughout, like the big one, the mother of all crime cons. Yeah. So one of my girlfriends here, I just found this out. She goes to, I forget what she called it, but it's basically, the TV show Supernatural. I've always wanted to watch it. Chris had watched it at one point, like with his dad, like when it came out, kind of thing. When I say somebody is obsessed with Supernatural, she goes to the Supernatural convention every year.
Really? Well, it was big.
And like gets the VIP tickets, and she's met the actors, and she's like showing me all these pictures and everything. She's like, you gotta watch Supernatural. And I was like, I will. I mean, it's been on my list. Things to watch.
I totally missed that. I missed that ship. That ship sailed. Like, I totally missed on board with Supernatural. It looks like something I would be interested in.
Yeah.
I just missed it when it was currently going on. And there's so much to kind of watch because it was going on for a couple of years there. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, they think they've got like 12 seasons or something like that. Like something. Oh, speaking of things going on for so long, like there's a new season of Daryl Dixon out, a new season of Dead City that's out. I still haven't watched Mayfair Witches, their new season. I'm so behind on all the things. November.
Yeah. I know what we're going to be doing October 3rd. Going to be watching Ed Gein.
Yes.
Oh, that's going to be...
Oh, and what's his name? Charlie, Hurst, what's his name? He was in Sons of Anarchy that plays Ed Gein.
Hannanen. Yeah. Ed Gein wished he looked like him, but okay.
Hunnam. Yeah. Oh, Evan Peters is in it. Oh, never mind. Evan Peters played Jeffrey Dahmer in the previous Monster. Never mind. Did you ever watch the Menendez one?
Yes.
Did you? Was that good?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Lizzie Borden is the next monster from Netflix.
Ooh, cool.
Lizzie Borden took an axe, gave her father 40 whacks. So.
All right. Well, that's all I did. So, okay. So we're just going to jump right in because we both have stories to tell today, right?
Do. It is our season finale, our series chatters, if you don't know, is where we both do a story. You get the full story, both of them, for our premieres and our finales, but they are bonus episodes throughout our season. So if you want to listen to those based on our theme, and I think we have a theme already for season 5, I think. But you gotta subscribe to our Patreon to get all those goods.
Yes.
But yeah, go ahead and jump in. Okay. Let's get the spooky going.
Okay, so my story today, Kat, is about the murder of Pearl Bryan and the haunting that followed. Now, tonight, we're going to travel back to the year 1896. A young woman from a small Indiana town leaves home to visit some friends. Instead, she walks into one of the most brutal crimes of the century. One that still is told in Kentucky ghost stories today.
Oh, in Kentucky. I got some kin in Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
I would love to go to Kentucky. I've never been there.
You've never been to Kentucky?
No. I really need to go. I'm sure
it
is.
It's beautiful.
They got whiskey. Yeah. I'm sure it's great.
Tennessee has whiskey, baby.
But Kentucky's the only state that's allowed to make bourbon. That's what I'm talking about. It's all the same to me. It's an alcohol I do not drink. It's way too strong for me. But
yeah. There was Scotch whiskey that was my favorite. And I'm not a hard liquor person, but I could sip on this with a bourbon ball and just sip on it. And it was the Johnny Walker White Walker Scotch bourbon.
Yeah.
But because it was a limited series, you can't find it anywhere. Last year when we went on our cruise and I don't remember what country we were in, and we went to a liquor store, found one, bought it. It's gone.
And like that, it disappeared.
Yes. So Kentucky.
So this is the case of the woman without a head. I wonder what happened to the head. Well, we're going to get into it. Pearl Bryan was born on April 11th, 1874 in Greencastle, Indiana. She was the daughter of Alexander Bryan and Susan Bryan, a successful farming family. Pearl was the youngest of 12 children.
That's when they just popped them out.
Yeah, and I guess at that point, like, that's the best position to be in, the youngest.
Of 12? Oh, sure.
No one's going to care what you do at that point. Like, just don't kill yourself.
Yeah.
But she was raised in comfort with a family with strong Christian values, and by all accounts, she was bright, social, and well-liked.
Yeah.
By her early 20s, Pearl was known in her community as a Sunday school teacher with a gentle and cheerful personality. She had made many friends, but none of those friends knew her secret.
Oh, don't they always have secrets?
All the good girls do.
Yeah.
All the good girls do. Yeah. She had fallen in love with a man named Scott Jackson. Who was Scott Jackson? Well, Jackson was born 1869 in Ohio. By 1896, he was a 26-year-old dental student in Ohio College of Dental Surgery in Cincinnati. He was smart, but he was arrogant. Aren't they all? Now, he liked gambling, chasing women, and spending time with shady-ass people.
I mean, what else is there to do when you're in college going to dental school?
I know. And let me tell you something. Listen, with all respect, I have a brother who is a dentist. And he will even tell you, like, yeah, they're built different. It's like a chef. You know how chefs, they're built different?
Yeah.
Like their brain?
Yeah.
They operate differently. But they're all cut from the same cloth. They all kind of operate within the same wheelhouse, even if they've never met each other. It doesn't matter if you're like a chef from America or you're a chef from Timbuktu. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Your brain kind of all operates the same way. Like they're very needed perfect, needed this, needed that. It's just like, it's an art.
Yeah.
Dentistry has the same way of thinking. And like the electric chair was invented by a dentist. So, So he shared a room with Alfonso Walling. He was born in 1873. Walling, just 23 years old, was also studying dentistry, and he was known to be a follower, and he followed Jackson around everywhere.
Okay.
And together, the two were reckless. They dabbled in drugs. They had an interest for the occult. And around campus, they were known as trouble. They were just trouble. Stay away from them. So Pearl and Scott crossed paths in Greencastle. Jackson had ties to the town through his friends and family. And when it came back to Cincinnati during his school breaks, he moved kind of like the same circles as the Bryans. Okay. And that's where they met. Sure. Now, for Pearl, Scott was exciting, older, educated, and worldly compared to the farm boys she knew. Sure. By the summer of 1895, their secret romance had begun. He wrote her letters promising her a better life and flattering her with words that she wanted to believe. Pearl was thrilled and flattered. And she kept it hidden from her family because she knew they would not accept him because they didn't know him. And I guess they wanted her to stay in the family business, or maybe she knew the minute she introduced them to him that they would have picked up on his personality issues. Like that he was an asshole. Yeah. Yeah. Now, by late 1895, Pearl discovered that she was pregnant. In the 19th century, this wasn't just a personal problem. This was a social one. Yes. She was afraid that neighbors would gossip or that the church might cast her out and that her family's reputation would collapse. Pearl hoped Jackson would marry her, but when she told him, his response was chilling. Instead of marriage, he promised, "I'll take care of it." So at this time, abortion was illegal and extremely dangerous. The methods were crude, sharp tools, dirty brooms, or poisons disguised as like medicine. Jackson's plan was to use cocaine forcing Pearl to take enough, causing her to miscarriage. He told her it would work. Desperate, Pearl trusted him, believing that his medical training meant that he knew what he was doing.
Of course.
In her diary, she wrote, "If father knew, it would break him. If mother knew, she would never look at me the same. Scott said it will be all right. He says he has a way, and I want to believe him. I must." Poor girl. I feel so bad for her. She was desperate because she was afraid of what people may think.
You know what I'm picturing right now?
What?
You've watched Yellow Jackets.
Not the recent. Yes. Well, the first 2 seasons I watched.
Yeah. In the first, when she was going to use a hanger. Oh, God.
Ooh.
That's what I'm picturing right now.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, my God. You just sent chills down my spine. Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right. So on Tuesday, January 28th, 1896, Pearl told her parents that she was visiting friends in Indianapolis. She packed a small bag and boarded the train heading to Cincinnati to meet Jackson instead. On the night of Friday, January 31st, 1896, Pearl arrived and was greeted by Jackson and Whaley. Jackson didn't waste time, and the minute she stepped onto the platform, Jackson handed her a liquid capsule. She took it. At this time, witnesses, because all we have is witness statements, witnesses saw the 3 of them walking the streets together. And basically, Jackson was waiting to see if it worked, this pill. It failed, and Pearl was still pregnant. And now she was in even greater danger because rather than face exposure, Jackson and Walling decided that Pearl had to die. If they couldn't fix her problem with the pregnancy,
they were going to fix the problem.
She just needed to be eliminated. Right, exactly.
Oh, my God.
Now, after midnight in the early hours of Saturday, February 1st, 1896, the 2 men lured her across the Ohio River into Fort Thomas, Kentucky. The area was isolated farmland, dim and silent. What happened in the field was brutal. The coroner later confirmed that Pearl was decapitated while still alive.
Oh, Jesus.
Her throat had been cut with a sharp blade through the 5th cervical vertebrae, totally decapitating her. The wound was deep and deliberate, and the work of somebody who had surgical skill. So I think just the fact that he was able to cut the cervical, that takes... Unless you're chopping it with like a big knife or a heavy object or an axe.
Yeah. Katana.
It does take precision to separate the 2 vertebrae.
It does.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people, when they think of decapitation, they think of something like, what would you say, a katana? Or something right, like very heavy hitting. Yeah. And heartbreaking, she was 5 months pregnant when this happens. And the child died with her.
Yeah.
At dawn, Saturday, February 2nd, 1896, 17-year-old farmhand named Johnny Hewling walked across a muddy field near Fort Thomas, Kentucky. What he found froze him in his tracks. The body of a young woman lying face down, her clothes drenched in blood. When he walked over to her to turn her over, the horror became clear. Her head was gone. There were no footprints around her body except her own, and there was no weapon left behind. Sheriff Plummer was called right away, and soon the Campbell County coroner, Dr. Robert Carr, arrived. Dr. Carr examined the wound and determined it had been made by a sharp blade, possibly a surgical knife. Even worse, he concluded that Pearl had been alive when her throat was cut due to the trauma of the blood loss from her body.
Yeah.
So,
it pumps out more when you're still alive.
By noon, news spread quickly through the northern Kentucky. Crowds began gathering. That same evening, newspapers ran headlines like "Ghastly Murder of Young Woman Near Fort Thomas" and "Headless Body Found, Identity a Mystery." The case may have stayed unsolved, a Jane Doe, except for one clue. Inside her shoe, there was a maker's label. A.L. Scudder and Company, which was located in Greencastle, Indiana. Within a day, police wired Greencastle, and the Bryan family confirmed their fear because they heard about the story as well. They identified the victim as 22-year-old Pearl Bryan, their daughter. Once Pearl was identified, detectives began piecing together her final days. She had told her family on January 28th, remember, that she was traveling to Indianapolis to visit friends. But that's when she's heading to Cincinnati to meet her secret lover, Scott Jackson.
Right.
The investigation was led by Detective Cal Krim of Cincinnati and Detective Frank Lemmer of Newport. Witnesses placed Pearl with Jackson and his roommate on the night of January 31st. The crime scene left puzzling details. Despite the savagery of the murder, Pearl's clothing wasn't torn. Detectives believe that she had been incapacitated first, like drugged. And the autopsy confirmed their suspicion. And, they found traces of cocaine in her stomach lining.
Yeah.
The hunt for Pearl's missing head had begun as well.
Yeah.
Wells were dredged. The Ohio River was dragged. Yeah. Even the dental school furnaces were checked under the suspicion that the head had been burned to hide, but nothing was found. Dr. Carr's autopsy revealed Pearl was about 5 months pregnant. Aside from the decapitation, her internal organs showed no trauma. So the official cause of death was beheading.
Damn.
Yeah. In conservative Greencastle, the revelation of her pregnancy shocked the community and intensified the scandal. Public reaction was immediate and furious. Hundreds of onlookers crowded the crime scene before the body was removed. The good old days back then.
Oh, yeah. Come take a picture before we move it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crowds later gathered outside police stations and courthouses demanding justice. Newspapers like the Cincinnati Enquirer and the Kentucky Post ran daily updates. By February 5th, 1896, police arrested both Jackson and Walling.
Okay.
Jackson cracked first, admitting he knew Pearl, but claiming Walling had killed her. Walling shot back, blaming Jackson. The trials in Northport, Kentucky became a national spectacle. Tickets were sought after. I guess they sold tickets back then to watch this in the courthouse because they had ticket scalpers outside the courthouse. I didn't know that. That's right.
Oh, wow.
And all the press benches were filled. And, for the public, this was theater. Jackson's trial began on April 21st, 1896, before Judge Helen Bruce. The prosecution was led by Commonwealth Attorney Samuel Griffith, with Charles Hodge assisting. The evidence was damning. Everybody knew of Pearl's last spots that she was walked and who she was seen with, not to mention that fellow dental students also said, they always saw Jackson with her.
Yeah.
They were a couple.
Yeah.
Prosecutors argued Jackson lured Pearl to Cincinnati under the promise of an abortion, then killed her to keep her quiet. Their opening statement painted him as cold and manipulative. The defense, led by William Cadwell, tried to shift the blame to Walling, describing Jackson as a foolish young man, and he was just caught with bad company. On May 14th, after 5 hours of deliberation, the jury returned their verdict. Guilty, first-degree murder. The courtroom erupted with cheer. Judge Bruce sentenced Jackson to death by hanging, with the execution scheduled for March 20th. The gallery applauded when the sentence was read. Now, Alfonso's trial, Walling's trial began on May 26th. And once again, Judge Bruce was there. The prosecution reused much of what was already used in Jackson's trial.
Yeah.
But they added one other testimony from witnesses saying that Walling actually threatened Pearl directly, boasting that he would cut her head off.
Oh.
Now, I have a theory here that these two men were in a relationship.
Sure.
Okay. And she.
Yeah.
And maybe, I think, there was a secret love affair with a woman and got her pregnant. But I think these two men were hiding something, their own affair. And I think her being pregnant really pissed off Walling.
Yeah.
To a point to commit murder. I totally believe that. That's the way I feel. I don't know.
I did a quick search on newspapers.com.
Okay.
And Sunday, May 10th, 1896, in the Chicago Chronicle. You know how small that type text is, right?
Okay.
2 full fucking pages on the trial.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's got sketches and stuff. It's got a sketch of Scott Jackson. It's got a sketch of Pearl. It's got a sketch of where her body was found. Okay. The judge.
It was big news. It was big news back then.
Yeah.
So his defense tried to portray him as weak and impressionable, and Jackson led him astray. But the jury wasn't convinced. The verdict came down guilty of first-degree murder, and Judge Bruce delivered the same sentence. death by hanging and set for March 20th, basically alongside Jackson. So got a twofer there. So the both of them were getting hung together.
Woohoo!
On Saturday, March 20th, 1,000 gathered around the Campbell County Courthouse in Newport.
Did they sell tickets for that too?
I think this was a public event. This was back when they used to have public hangings.
Yeah. As a form of deterrence.
I want to say this is one of the last public hangings they had as well.
Oh, okay.
Each man refused to confess, blaming the other until the end. The heavy trap door underneath them, kind of got stuck beneath their feet. So when the lever was pulled, the drop was too short. Because the one thing about the gallows is that trap door needs to slam open to get the crack. To break the neck.
Snap of the neck.
Well, that didn't happen. And people had to watch them literally get strangled for a couple of minutes. And the crowd roared. They were fine with it.
I was going to say, I could see that.
The Cincinnati Enquirer summed it up with one chilling line. A fitted end to two monsters.
Mm-hmm.
The murder should have ended at the gallows, but the story did not. Decades later, Pearl's name became tangled with the ghostly lore of Bobby Mackey's Music World, a honky-tonk in Wilder, Kentucky, which is there are YouTube videos on this guy and this place.
I want to say it sounds familiar. I've heard of it.
I'm going to get to why you heard of it in a minute. Now, this is just a short drive to where her body was found. Paranormal shows, books, ghost tours began claiming to hear her spirit and that it, lingers. And the tale is irresistible. A headless woman wandering around searching for what was taken from her. Some whispers that her cries echo through the nightclub basement.
Yes.
And
I have heard this. Yes.
Okay. And also that the nightclub basement has the portal to hell.
Yes.
Now, portal to hell is beneath the stairway. And you know this because Ryan made contact with the ghost in BuzzFeed.
Oh, it was BuzzFeed. So
it was early. This is years ago.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, I do remember that. Yeah.
So Ryan sat right next to the mouth of the portal of hell. And he has it on video of something talking back to him. And then during that time when he was down there, I think Shane was upstairs and glasses started to fly off of the bar.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is on video.
Yeah.
So the place is haunted. Is it Pearl? I don't know.
It's a portal to hell.
Haunted. Yeah.
I'd have to go back and watch it, but did they talk about Pearl in that episode? Leading up to why it would be haunted?
I would have to go back and watch it.
Homework. Got it.
So historians, however, point out a problem that the nightclub didn't even exist in 1896. And there's no evidence Pearl was ever tied to the property. But folklore doesn't care about evidence. It cares about feelings. And when a young woman is decapitated and denied justice, maybe it's easier to believe she still speaks because silence is just too cruel. Pearl Bryan lost her life and the child that she was carrying. Her killers swung blows, but even then her story wasn't finished. Pearl was buried without one thing. Her head. Despite searches, it has never been found. It is a missing piece of her that keeps the legend alive because we don't know where it is.
And there was no evidence in the kilns or furnaces at the college?
They did not find it. God only knows. I mean, I'm sure they may have thrown it and animals got to it, but they could not. It's still missing.
The bones are somewhere. Bones, unless they're dipped in acid, which is a possibility. Bones, they just don't go away.
I think Walling and Jackson, I think they had a relationship. I think that Jackson back in 1896 maybe wasn't accepted. And I think Jackson was kind of saying, all right, well, I'm going to not date, but kind of use Pearl in a way.
Yeah.
As a beard. They call him a beard. And she got pregnant. Yeah, I think his lover was bitter. The fact that maybe he didn't know or maybe he felt betrayed or something and they took their anger out on her. They wanted it. I don't know. I just feel like there's more there between the two men.
Yeah. I can see that. Why so much loyalty?
Right. And why was Walling so aggressive towards her? And he said it. People heard him say, I'll cut your head off.
Yeah.
Why? What was he protecting? What was he asking her to? He didn't want her around.
Right.
Poor Pearl. Rest in peace. Oh, God.
Her head is somewhere.
Rest in pieces? No,
rest in pieces. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, right. So that's my story.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't remember ever hearing anything about Pearl Bryan. Of course, the portal to hell. I do remember that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look at that episode. I'm wondering what the link is between Pearl and the Bobby Mackeys.
Wonder if they think like her head is buried there.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, anything's possible.
And even if the club wasn't there, I mean, the property, right? We know about those things. Poltergeist. Mm-hmm. The movie. Mm-hmm. But it's so funny that you mention Ryan and Shane.
Yeah. Why?
We're going to follow them on an investigation today of the Whaley house.
Yay. Okay.
And you had no idea. I had no idea.
I had no idea.
Well, how would you like to pack your bags, hop on a plane to San Diego, and partner up with some of the most renowned paranormal investigators as they visit the most haunted house in America?
You know this. Okay. It just clicked to me. What story you're doing? It just clicked to me, and I can't wait. I can't wait.
Okay. Well, that's what we're going to do today, at least notionally, for this last Into the Unknown story. Now, with that being said, I mentioned I am going to San Diego in a couple of weeks. Maybe I'll stop by.
You should.
Maybe. I don't know that all the time, honestly. I'll be there less than 48 hours. Seriously. Oh. But maybe a drive-by. Anyway, so the Whaley House is a 2-story Greek Revival style residence, now a museum, in Old Town, San Diego, California. It is the oldest brick structure in Southern California. Greek Revival architecture, I didn't know this, but it's a style that began in the middle of the 19th century following Greece's independence in 1821 that revived many aspects of the forms and styles of ancient Greek architecture. So I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. But when I look at a picture of the house, I'm like, I don't see it, but cool. You know?
It has pillars in the front, right?
Yeah. It was built from 1856 to 1857 as a luxurious mansion. Although in today's standards, it probably would not be considered a mansion. It's about 3,600 square foot. I mean, it's a big house.
That's a big house.
I wouldn't say a mansion.
No.
The house was made with heavy brick walls and is actually the first brick house in San Diego. It had high ceilings and walls finished with plaster made from seashells. And it was home to, you guessed it, the Whaley family. Patriarch Thomas Whaley, a civic-minded Eastern merchant, originally designed and built the home for about $10,000. Now, time money converter is about $380,000.
Wow,
which,
that's a
for
deal.
that size of a house, like today,
that's nothing.
Yeah. Whaley was so proud of this house, though, and he proclaimed once, quote, "My new house, when completed, will be the handsomest, most comfortable, and convenient place in town or within 150 miles from here."
Aww,
end quote.
Love it.
Isn't that sweet?
Yeah.
His wife, Anna, filled the house with mahogany and rosewood furniture and other rich decorations, and it quickly became San Diego's gathering place as a very vital part of Southern California community. It served as a granary, which I had to look up. I was like, what is a granary? It's a warehouse. It was a bilingual general store, a polling place, San Diego's second county courthouse, a school, and the town's first commercial theater. Sometimes these things happened all at once in one house.
Wow.
It's crazy. And it's been said that the house, quote, witnessed more history than any other building in the city, end quote. So why is it considered to be the most haunted house in America? Well, the primary purpose of the home originally was to be a residence for Thomas Whaley and his family, but tragedy would soon follow. Thomas was born October 5th, 1823 in New York City. He was child number 7 of 10. He took over his father's business and then went to California in the middle of the gold rush. So he's trying to make some money. He stopped first in San Francisco and then ended up in San Diego. He eventually partnered with a man named Francis Hinton and opened up a general store called Tienda General. It was so successful that in that first year, it profited $18,000, which, time money converter, $757,000 today.
Wow, in profit.
Yeah, in profit. So 2 years later, after being in San Diego, he returned to New York and he married his wife, Anna Eloise Delaunay, on August 14th, 1853, where the couple then moved to San Diego after a few months of being married. Within a few years, Thomas planned and built his home, the Whaley House, where he and Anna moved in on August 22nd, 1857. Now, by this time they moved into the house, they had 2 children. The oldest, Francis Hinton, born 1854, who was named after his business partner, who he ran that general store, the Tienda General, and Thomas Whaley Jr., born in 1856. They had 4 more children along the way: Anna Amelia, 1858, George Hay Ringgold, 1860, Violet Eloise, 1862, and Corinne Lillian, 1864. So they had 6 kids in 10 years. But tragedy struck. Not only did they lose part of their store, because their home was, the front part was like a general store, they had lost part of their store and home to a devastating fire. But Thomas Jr., only 18 months old at the time, died from scarlet fever inside the house on January 29th, 1858. So after this, Thomas, Anna, and Francis, their only child at the time, the oldest, moved to San Francisco. Thomas's investments in stock helped him kind of collect some money to restore the Old Town home in San Diego. So Thomas, Anna, and now 5 children, because Thomas Jr. had passed away, they moved back into the Whaley House on December 12th, 1868. But tragedy would strike once again. Daughters Violet Eloise, who was 20, and Anna Amelia, who was 24, they were both married inside the home on the same day, January 5th, 1882. Violet was wed to a George Bertolacci. And Anna was married to their first cousin, John Whaley.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately for Violet, she unknowingly married a con man who only wed with the hopes that he would inherit some of the Whaley fortunes. After their nuptials, George learned that Mr. and Mrs. Whaley, Thomas and Anna, had no intentions of leaving him any of their money. Now, with this, I have 2 stories that kind of happened from here that I wasn't able to really nail down which story was which, so I'm just going to throw them both out there. The first story I saw that George snuck out in the middle of the night after hearing that he wouldn't get any money on the night of their wedding from the Whaley House and abandoned Violet. The other story was that it was an unbearable marriage that ended in divorce in 1884.
Okay.
So either way, Violet was abandoned. She was grief-stricken. She was humiliated. And she actually suffered from depression for up to possibly 2 years until she could no longer bear the sorrow. At age 22, she took her own life. She shot herself in the chest with her father's .32 caliber pistol on August 18th or 19th, I've seen both days, 1885. Her suicide note read, quote, "Mad from life's history, swift to death's mystery, glad to be hurled anywhere, anywhere out of this world." End quote.
That's horrible.
Yeah. So at the time of her sister's death, of Violet's death, Corinne Lillian is the youngest Whaley. She goes by Lillian. She was engaged, but her fiance also broke off the engagement due to the scandal that the suicide caused in the town of San Diego, Old Town San Diego at the time. So after these tragic events, Thomas Whaley built a single-story frame house for his family in Newtown, San Diego, which is actually now downtown San Diego. They left the Old Town Whaley House vacant for 2 decades. Thomas Whaley died in his Newtown residence on December 14th, 1890, at the age of 67. The Whaley House remained vacant and fell into despair until late 1909 when Francis Whaley, the eldest, returned to restore the home. Francis used the family's home as a residence and then a tourist attraction where he posted signs outside promoting its historical authenticity, being, the first brick house in San Diego, of its style, that kind of thing. And he entertained visitors playing a guitar. Welcome to the Whaley House, the Whaley House, the Whaley House. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. So that was in 1909. In 1912, by this time, Thomas had passed away. So Anna, Lillian, Francis, and George, they were all living at the Old Town home, the Whaley House. Now, at the age of 80, Anna died there, February 24th, 1913. Frances passed away November 19th, 1914, at the age of 60, very quickly. George followed on January 5th, 1928, at the age of 68. And that left Lillian, the last Whaley survivor, who held the deed to the Whaley house, owned all of its contents, and continued to live there until her death in 1953. Now, because she had spent the better part of the first half of the 19th century, like, in the house alone, it fell into disrepair. Like, she wasn't able to upkeep it for herself.
Yeah.
Now, knowing that the estate would be dispersed between heirs of relatives, and who by this time, they were parents and grandparents, whose children and their children would inherit smaller portions and smaller portions of the estate, 13 local citizens formed a historical shrine foundation, or the HSF, to save the Whaley house from destruction, from falling apart, deterioration. And now, at the encouragement of the Historical Shrine Foundation, the County of San Diego purchased the Whaley house in September of 1956 to preserve the home and turn it into a museum. The house took a few years to restore to its original condition, but it opened up as a public museum on May 25th, 1960. When the county's lease with the Historical Shrine Foundation expired in 2000, another organization called Save Our Heritage Organization, or SOHO, became the steward of the Whaley house, which remains the steward to this day. So now that we have a little bit about the family and their home, let's get into the unknown and investigate.
Okay.
After the tragedies, the Whaley house remains well known as the most haunted house in America. And it's said that guests and staff from time to time will catch a glimpse of a ghost of a Whaley family member who died inside the house, like Thomas Jr., baby Thomas, Violet, Anna, Frances, George, Lillian. People believe it also may be haunted because the property was previously a cemetery, as well as the original Old Town San Diego gallows.
Oh, wow. It's a lot of death.
Public executions prior to the home being built on the grounds. So the Whaleys themselves actually felt that their home was haunted when they lived in it. One particular was Yankee Jim Robinson, who was executed on September 18th, 1852, for supposedly stealing a boat. He had 2 co-conspirators with him. They only received 1 year imprisonments, but all of them were also expected for stealing and murder.
He was executed for stealing a boat?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a little extreme. And his pals got off with 1 year?
Yeah.
He stole the wrong boat.
He stole the wrong boat.
He stole the judge's boat.
In San Diego, the harbor and everything is, right there. So it was like having a horse. You know how important horses were at that time?
Yeah.
Now, Yankee Jim was executed and hung prior to the Whaley house being built on the grounds, supposedly, allegedly. So Thomas Whaley attributed Yankee Jim to hearing heavy footsteps going up and down the stairs. Other family members also reported seeing footsteps on the stairs, having cold spots throughout the home, a tightening in their chest or their throat, all of them attributing it to Yankee Jim. Now, when you walk in, the first floor is a parlor. There's like a front parlor and a back parlor. And that is thought to be the most active room in the home. It's said to be where Thomas and Anna both may be spotted. Anna seen wearing a green dress, sipping some tea, and then a dapperly dressed Thomas wearing a top hat and coat. Thomas also has allegedly been seen at the landing of the stairs. Now, in the arch of the parlor, so there's an arch that kind of separates between the front parlor and the back parlor, this like decorative arch. That is where it's said to be the exact spot where Yankee Jim was hung.
Oh.
So this is where our beloved Ryan Bergara, then from BuzzFeed Unsolved, heard a whispered-like breath behind him while he was in the house alone, standing under the arch.
Oh, God.
So now, part of Watcher Entertainment and Ghost Files, Shane Madej and Ryan returned to the Whaley house in their first season. So it was, I want to say it was episode 5 of season 1 of Ghost Files. They returned there and they recorded it October of 2022. This time, they were armed with ghost capturing tools, technology, like the REM pod.
Right.
Now, when they went there the first time when they were with BuzzFeed, they were very, and they'll admit it now, like they had nothing. They had no tools, no knowledge. When they went to the Sally house the first time, They had another paranormal investigator meet them who showed them the mag light trick, and we'll kind of get into that, like showed them some of the tools and everything like that. But it's kind of cool to see how they've evolved. So, okay, the REM pod. According to the Bagheera Man, the REM pod creates its own circular electromagnetic field and will alarm anything that penetrates that field. The more colors on the alarm, the more significant the intrusion. The REM pod also detects temperature fluctuations. So in addition to the REM pod mechanisms with electromagnetic fields, a regular old compass, if you didn't know, can be used to detect irregularities with electromagnetic fields, which is said that spirits are able to manipulate. So while in the parlor, they set the REM pod in that same archway in the middle between the front and the back parlor. Bryan and Shane asked for someone, if you're here, Yankee Jim, Thomas Whaley, approach that light, go under the archway. The REM pod reacted with green flashing lights and beeping, and Ryan asked a series of questions, one being, do you like it when people come to this house?
Oh.
And there was no response. Then he said, do you not like it when people come to this house? And it started to go up. The light started to beep, and the lights that were indicating on it actually said that the temperature was rising. So as Shane and Ryan announced that they were leaving the parlor to go investigate another part of the house, the REM pod went crazy. It was like, don't leave, don't go. It went off. Now, by the way, we are not sponsored by Watcher.
Yeah.
Or BuzzFeed. We are just super fans.
Yes.
I actually did subscribe to their Watcher Entertainment app. I don't know if I had told you that. You get things that, one, you get like ghost files and mystery files and all that stuff. You get it a month early. But then also you get the extra stuff, like the unedited stuff, like chatters can do when you subscribe to our Patreon.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So the REM pod, okay. It was placed then in the middle of the stairwell. And that's where it said that Yankee Jim may traverse. That's where Thomas Whaley said he heard the footsteps that he attributed to Yankee Jim. And that's where an apparition of Thomas Whaley is supposedly seen himself. Now, it was beeping and flashing and giving indications of the temperature going up. And as Ryan was standing at the top of the staircase at the landing, Shane at the bottom, they were calling on the different Whaley family members. There was a huge, thump that was very obvious that was captured on the recording. If you can imagine being underneath a hollowed-out staircase and you thump like you hit it, that's what it sounded like. And then there was creaking. Like a creaking of a rocking chair. And it was also evident.
Like rhythmic, right?
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yes.
Definitely supernatural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was obvious that there was no falsifying this. It was things that they actually heard. You can see their natural reactions. And I also do know that when they do the ghost files, I would say even when they did BuzzFeed, very minimal crew inside. And then they go in and do solo investigations, which is just them by themselves. And I'll kind of get to that a little bit. But there was a thump. There was some creaking. They went upstairs to investigate, and there was a fucking rocking chair with a creepy-ass doll in it.
Oh, my God. No. What's the
Flashback
odds?
to bonus.
Oh, my God.
Bonus episode Into the Unknown. Bonus episode 133. Yeah. Creepy-ass dolls. Right? Okay. So the first floor has a courtroom that was used for actual trials and actual sentencing. Okay. And it oversaw actual legal hearings, but I think it was only a very short time frame in the 1800s. It was maybe a couple years. Now, it is said to actually be a portal or a spiritual vortex by paranormal investigators. Portal to what? No idea, but a portal. A woman is sometimes seen in the back corner. And that is the same place where Ryan said on their first time when he was with BuzzFeed that he felt a shiver up his spine and was flushed with queasiness. He all of a sudden got super nauseous and just got this weird chill up his spine. So now back in the courtroom, they use that mag light technique. Now the mag light is a flashlight with a twist mechanism, and it's used by paranormal investigators as a technique called flashlight communication. The light is set at a sweet spot, kind of somewhere between on and off, where it can easily be turned on or off when lightly touched. It's used to respond to questions asked of ghosts, usually answering yes/no questions, and possibly that indicates the spirit's present. As Ryan gave instructions, the light turned off. And now as they were asking potential spirits in the room of this courthouse to turn the mag light back on, their audio recording picked up something that said, "The light." The light. Where I was like, oh my God, the light, touch the light. So Ryan actually started naming off some, who's here with us? Is it Anna? Is it is it Lillian? Is it, Victoria? Like some of the female Whaley member names. And then Shane was like, is it Selena? And Bryan's like, there's no Selena in the Whaley family members. But the line turned on.
Oh.
So is it possible there was a Selena that was in that courtroom that was stuck in the back? Now, as Ryan and Shane were debating famous people's names who were Selena, obviously the singer Selena, then they're like, Selena Gomez. And like, I don't think she's dead. I hope she's not dead. This would be a horrible way to find out.
So this is the only time the flashlight went on. Could it be that the ghost misinterpreted their question? Like, no, it's not Selena.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. All like, now, turn the flashlight on if this is Anna. Right. Turn the flashlight on if this is, it could have been. Yeah, absolutely. Now, when they were talking about what's famous Selena celebrities, it could have been the audio recorder picked up the sound that said, died. Oh. Died. Like a whisper.
Oh my God.
Like, I died. Oh. So Shane then asked if anybody who was in the courtroom with them was wrongfully accused or wrongfully executed to turn the light on. It turned on instantaneously.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I know. Do you feel like you're there? You feel like you're at the investigation with them?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Is this recorded? Like this, I can watch this happen?
Yes. Yeah, you can.
Okay.
So next, they get out the spirit box. They're still in the courtroom. They get out the spirit box and they use what's called the Estes method. Now, a spirit box is a device that scans through various radio frequencies at random, creating white noise that is believed to be a medium for spirits to communicate through. Using the Estes method, what happens is it's a sensory deprivation technique that reduces the subjectivity by having one investigator acting as a conduit or a receiver wearing noise-canceling headphones, while the other investigator is asking questions. So the receiver repeats the words that they can only hear through the noise-canceling headphones, and that is thought to be in response to the other investigator openly asking questions. And this technique's goal is to receive a direct communication from spirits without the receiver being influenced by the questions that's being asked. So basically obtaining objective evidence with a controlled environment for spirit communication. Now, sometimes the words relayed are off the wall. And it's like, mustard.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're quite fitting. So Shane was the receiver in this incident. He's wearing the headphones, noise-canceling headphones, and he's listening to the spirit box go through its all the frequencies. Ryan was asking questions of the spirits who might have been in the courtroom with them. When Ryan asked about who might be here with them, Shane said murder. That was a word that he heard from the spirit box. It translated to murder. So when Ryan can't hear that, so when the receiver is repeating the words that he hears that's coming through on the spirit box, it's like a form of communication. So Shane said murder. However, some other words he said were big long, nude, purple, tomato. So there's some things that are like, it makes it really funny. But I mean, sometimes it is actually quite fitting. Overnight in the courtroom, nobody is in the house. They leave their audio recorder on. And it picks up a voice. It literally gave me goosebumps. Like, I actually just got goosebumps now because I'm thinking of it. But you could hear a series of whispers, like, and then there was a very clear and forceful whisper that said, leave now.
Oh.
I was like, oh, is that the portal? I was in the courtroom. Now, another area that is said to be heavily haunted is the second floor, where people have reported hearing a baby giggling or crying, the pitter-patter of toddler footsteps in the nursery, and this is believed to be the spirit of Thomas Jr. Yeah. Now, the nursery is available to view from the hallway with like a half door, like those horse doors, right? So a half door, the top is open, you can look into it, but not for our ghoul boys. Our ghoul boys got in, and they went in and looked around. And when they heard of the sound, what appeared to be a crash noise of some sort, like they're in the room and they heard like this crash sound coming from downstairs, Ryan kind of goes over to the door, calls out, and he's like, hey, we're up here. You know, if you're down there, come up here and join us. He got no response. So then he pulled out what's called the ovulus. It's another tool. The ovulus is a device that's used to facilitate spirit communication by detecting changes in the environment that spirits are claimed to manipulate, such as electromagnetic fields and temperatures, to which these changes are turned into words or phonetic sounds from a pre-programmed database. So it's taking these things, translating it, and putting it into words. Where the science is behind that, I'm not 100% sure, but... Okay, so when Shane asked for one of the spirits to name something in this room, the ovulus said words like dives, rapture, release, but it also said page. There was a book lying right there next to them on the dresser that was opened up to a page and had a wallet-sized picture of a woman that was kind of like a bookmark. But the book was open, there was pictures laying on top of it. Maybe Anna. So Shane and Ryan both asked to describe each of them, like, describe me in one word. If somebody's here, describe me in one word. Nothing for Shane. When Ryan said, describe me in one word, it said drunk, history. So those are actually indicators of 2 other television shows that they have. Too Many Spirits, where they drink spirits and talk about ghost stories. And Puppet History. Is the other show that they do. I was like, that is too fucking weird.
Yeah.
So Shane then asked the spirits to tell them about what happened in the nursery, and the ovulus said slain. But Thomas Jr. died of scarlet fever. I mean...
That's what they said.
That's what they said. So next to the nursery is the theater. Considered another active paranormal room in the Whaley house, the theater was once rented out to a company whose employees performed dances, drama, comedy, music. It's been reported that vaudeville music has been heard coming from the theater. I didn't know what vaudeville was, so I had to look it up. But basically, it originated in France and it refers to a type of light comedy interspersed with songs. This type of music is characterized by its light comic nature, a wide range of styles, with a blend of classic and blues, instrumental jazz, ragtime, lively, comic numbers. So the theater reportedly had the capacity to hold 150 people. This is pretty surprising to me because looking at the size of the room...
It was a standing room, I'm thinking, not a sitting one.
Now, they had chairs there. I don't know what it was in the 1800s.
Yeah.
But they had chairs there. So I'm guessing personal space maybe wasn't much of a thing those days.
Probably not. It's probably stinky too. I'm thinking probably stunk.
Yeah, exactly. Now, as Ryan and Shane went in to investigate, they took out the REM pod and put it in the area where the audience would be sitting. So they were on the stage. They're like, hey, look at my performance. Blah, blah, blah. The REM pod went off, beeping, lighting up. After some silence, the REM pod started to indicate that the temperature was rising. And then they called out for Yankee Jim. The REM pod reacted, assuming that this was Yankee Jim, that they asked questions for him to step away, and it stopped. I don't see Yankee Jim following commands, but...
No.
you know. So next they went to what was thought to have been Violet's room. And this is actually also known to be called the Sorrowful Room, where apparitions have been reportedly seen and visitors have been overcome with a feeling of sadness. Ryan and Shane set up the spirit box and connected it to a portable speaker called the Honeytone. And this is programmed to like amplify the sounds and get rid of some of the more of the white noise. So right after Ryan said, "My name is Ryan," the spirit box said, "Violet."
Okay.
Shane asked, "Who's here?" And the spirit box said, "Hi." Strangely, the spirit box's volume actually, so as they're like talking to it, the volume started to like really, like somebody was over there turning the volume down.
Oh.
It just started to go down and down and down.
Okay.
And they're like, what happened? It died. So Bryan went over there, turned it back up, and he asked if there was something that they wanted to say to them in response to like turning the volume down. And it said, "Shut up."
Ooh, that might be Yankee Jim.
Might be Yankee Jim. So then they went to the master bedroom. This is likely where Anna died in the house. So they pulled out the SLS. Do you remember the SLS, the stick figure video?
Yeah.
From St. Augustine? The Yep. So SLS is the structured light sensor. It has a camera that uses a grid of infrared light to recognize human-like objects in front of it, even in complete darkness. So the SLS immediately picked up a figure sitting by the bedside, and it moved kind of sort of onto the bed and appeared to be either standing or laying on the bed. But of course, it's like moving. This like, it looks like it's dancing. So when it did this, Shane said, "It looks incredibly erotic." Like how it was sitting and like laying on the bed.
Right.
And Ryan asked if it was Thomas or Anna and if they could wave to them. And then all of a sudden you see like the arm moving.
Oh, I can watch this? I can look at this?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And then as it was waving, it moved to the crotch area.
Oh, so.
And Ryan was like, imagine them getting it on right now.
Oh, my
and they look at
God.
us and we're at the foot of their bed. And then the figure on the SLS disappeared after that. So Ryan and Shane then conducted individual solo investigations with a solid 20 minutes each alone inside the house. No crew. The only cameras they have are the cameras that they're on them, that they're carrying, audio recording and everything. Shane started first with the Ovulus in the courtroom, where he called out for something to communicate with him. And the Ovulus said, heavy, and then Europe. And then it said, judge. As he was excited, because he was like, hey, I'm in a courtroom, and you said judge, blah, blah, blah. It said, David, interrupt. And then Shane responded with, are you mad because I'm interrupting you? And then it said, tone. Now, typically, Shane, in his sassy Shaniac voice, he goes, you don't like my tone?
Right.
So, like, antagonizing the potential spirits that are in there. And then you heard Ryan come across the radio and ask Shane to go to the top of the stairs and call out to Yankee Jim. So Shane, in his normal sarcastic self, is like, squeeze me, Jim. Squeeze me.
Oh, boy. Oh,
Touch me, Jim. Now, Ryan told Shane to then go find a portrait of Thomas Whaley in the house and tell Thomas that he needed to do better at haunting his house. Then it was Ryan's turn for his solo investigation, and he got in his head right away. And he's like, the whole time he's going, this sucks ass. Why am I here? This sucks ass. So the thing that they do on Ghost Files is Shane goes in first, does his time limit or whatever comes out. But while he's in there, he hides a walkie-talkie. Ryan has to go in and find it in his 20 minutes or whatever time limit doesn't start until he finds the walkie-talkie. So he could be in there for 30 minutes trying to find the fucking walkie-talkie
I didn't know Shane hid.
Yeah, which makes it, and that's part of the comedy part of it. Like, their interactions are just freaking amazing. So once Ryan did find the walkie-talkie, it was hidden behind the creepy-ass doll, by the way, in Junior's room. He's like, you fucker. So his 20 minutes started after that. He went to the courtroom first using the spirit box, where the first words that came across the frequency was help. Pumping himself up to continue and telling himself, this sucks ass. He's like, you're okay. We can do this. He went to the parlor after that and called out to the Whaley family and Yankee Jim. And from the spirit box, it said in very broken frequencies, you want to be dead. Ryan, of course.
Yeah.
Was like freaking out. I was being like, what the fuck? He's like, do not make contact with me or I will be forced to kill you.
God.
I know. But he went up the stairs. He actually heard some rustling sounds and a whisper of a hi when he went up to the top of the stairs. Bryan thought that it was Shane playing a trick on him. And he was like, you fucker, like, why are you whispering? Why are you yelling at me? But Shane's like, dude, it wasn't me. And the film crew actually confirmed it wasn't Shane messing with him.
Oh, my God.
So there was an actual whisper that you can hear and you can see it. Like, it goes, hi, like, whisper.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So then Shane's direction to Ryan was to go to the theater and call out to Violet to talk to her. And he said, go to the back of the theater and ask the ghost to kill him.
Oh, boy.
But he did it. He was then told to go to Violet's room and stand there in silence with his lights off. Nothing else happened, and Ryan bolted out the door. He's like, see you later, ghosts.
Yeah.
Not getting this Bugera today. So Shane Madej and Ryan Bugera are by no means the only paranormal investigators to examine the Whaley house for evidence of ghosts, spirits, or unknown entities that are said to roam its halls. Now, the Whaley house has been featured in many historical documentaries, such as a wide variety of paranormal and science fiction shows, including Sci-Fi's channels Fact or Faked, Paranormal Files, and Travel Channel's America's Most Haunted, in which it said the Whaley house was the most supernatural home in the United States.
Wow.
In 2012, I was surprised by this. The Whaley house is featured on the biography channel's The Haunting of Regis Philbin. Remember Regis?
Yes, of course.
Bless his heart.
Yeah.
While filming for a local San Diego morning show in 1964, Regis Philbin visited the Whaley House Museum and claimed to have a paranormal encounter with Mrs. Whaley, Anna. He said, quote, a lot of people poo-poo because they can't see it, but there was something going on in that house, end quote. Yeah. Now, currently, the Whaley House is a museum as a California Historical Landmark number 65, currently maintained by the Historic Tours of America, and is one of Southern California's most popular visitor destinations with 100,000 visitors annually. And that's your Whaley House and our notional investigation that we went and hopped on the back with Ryan and Shane. Went through the Whaley House.
Yeah, like I was there. Oh my God. I've got to see this video now.
I wanted to do something a little bit different, into the unknown. Like you could talk about the hauntings and like what people have seen. But I thought I would use this finale and take you on a notional investigation.
Yes, that's awesome. That was great.
House.
Thank you so much. That freaked me. I had chills. I literally had chills.
But the one where he was like, leave now. And I'm like, Mom.
Yeah.
There was a couple times when I was watching, because I've seen that specific episode. It's been out a couple years. I've seen it a few times. And I remember watching when they were on BuzzFeed. They went to it originally. I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I need to go just do a drive-by and be like, hey, Whaley. As I fly in and out of San Diego.
Oh my God. It was awesome. Yeah, we gotta go. I would love to see the Whaley House. There's so many places
really
I want to go
get on. We talked about all these different places. Like, get on location, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
pick one. I think we should go to New Orleans.
Yeah,
there is a very, very another haunted house, Myrtle Plantation.
Yes,
and I think they were there too.
Yeah,
Shane and Ryan went there too.
They went there. Yeah, I believe so.
Wow,
yep.
This is like an ode to Shane and Ryan. This whole episode.
I know. I know. I had no idea you were going to mention that, and you had no idea I was going to do a notional investigation.
That
with them.
Was great. Oh my God! So this completes our finale.
This is season 4, baby.
Yeah,
we have taken you into the unknown all season long.
Yep, creepy stories.
We want to know, chatters, what's your favorite Into the Unknown? What's your favorite story either we've covered that you would like to know about, and let us know.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we want to know. Oh my God. Yeah, you gave me chills. Okay. Well, we wouldn't dream of leaving you hanging. For more chilling details and twists in this case and many others, check out After That Crime Chat, available exclusively on our Patreon.
We wouldn't leave you hanging like Yankee Jim.
Oh my God.
And don't forget to follow us on our socials, CrimeChat with Nat and Kat on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, X, and Rumble. See what we got going on, especially while we are in between seasons.
Yes.
We're going to be releasing some things.
Yes.
And, putting some extra stuff out there. So if there's anything that you guys would like to see, hear, do, whatever, let us know.
Want more chilling content and behind-the-scenes chaos? Become a VIP chatter. To our Patreon, you'll unlock bonus episodes, bloopers, exclusive sneak peek, and free merch. And yes, we have some criminal goodies in the works for season 5. So support the show, fuel your obsession with the weird and the wicked, and join the Crime Chat chatter crew in style.
And that's a wrap, baby. Season 4.
That's a wrap. Yes.
We are plotting and planning our next adventure in October. Plotting and planning.
Yeah. Pee-pee.
Planning and plotting.
We're pee-pee.
Oh, we're pee-peeing. Our next adventure.
Yes.
During October.
Yes.
But we'll be back in November for season 5.
You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss the extras we will be releasing in the meantime. So I know we've got a lot
and the
of stuff.
PPs.
And the PPs.
You don't want to miss the PPs. We're going to be releasing in the meantime.
Yes.
All right, we'll see you soon, chatters.
Bye.
Bye.